Woodrow Wilson's speech, Peace Without Victory, is about the best outcome of World War I. To Woodrow Wilson, the best outcome would be making a compromise that makes both sides happy. The Nation, in a post-war editorial, says,
"If you held, as President Wilson did early in 1917, that the ideal outcome would be peace without victory, you were a traitor."
Although the idea of peace without victory was not going to happen, Wilson held out as long as he could. This speech is a contributing factor to the USA entering into the war because Peace Without Victory explains why Wilson did not join the war at the start. He writes,
"The present war must first be ended, but we owe it to candor and to a just regard for the opinion of mankind to say that, so far as our participation in guarantees of future peace is concerned, it makes a great deal of difference in what way and upon what terms it is ended."
What he means by this is everyone knows that the war needs to be ended, but the question is, how do we end it? If we did end the war with a peace treaty, then the peace would not endure. One side would get unhappy. Wilson knew this. He states,
"No peace can last, or ought to last."
He wanted to make peace without joining the war, but to achieve peace, America would have to fight. Woodrow Wilson's Peace Without Victory was a contributing component to the U.S. joining World War I because it was the start of the peace treaties. It gave the idea that we could have peace without victory, or everyone could win. There are two ways to win wars: a peace treaty or someone is going down. Wilson's speech convinced America that it wanted peace more than complete victory. Woodrow Wilson states,
"We are that much nearer a definite discussion of the peace which shall end the present war. We are that much nearer the discussion of the international concert which must thereafter hold the world at peace."
He is saying here that America is getting restless. People in America wanted the war to be over. In January of 1916, Wilson stated that,
"So far as I can remember, this is a government of the people, and this people is not going to choose war."
Because of America choosing peace, it created conflict when Wilson stated that America did have to join war. When Woodrow made the decision to finally join the war after multiple threats from Germany, Americans loathed the idea of going to war. No one joined the army. Therefore, Wilson created the Committee on Public Information, or CPI, to promote the war using common propaganda techniques to sell the war. Eventually everyone was in favor of joining. According to outspoken pacifist Randolph Bourne,
"Like an undertow, America's drift toward war was subtle and forceful."
After almost all Americans were okay with the idea of war, people joined as soldiers to fight. We had success with the Allied powers on our side.
One might assume that the wartime propagandists then put down their pens and paintbrushes and returned to ordinary life. This was not the case.
According to Harold Lasswell, many former agents of the CPI stayed in the Washington and New York area and took advantage of their skill and contacts. Hence, Woodrow Wilson's speech, Peace Without Victory, not only influenced America during the war, but it continues to change America today.